I'm going to show you a few great tricks to help with foot pain, plantar fasciitis, lower leg pain, and just making your feet feel better. The feet mirror the body when it comes to reflexology, so even just to give yourself kind of a good foot massage on a daily basis is important for the nervous system. So first we're going to start with a frozen water bottle. So just get your normal little water bottle and freeze it. You're also going to want a golf ball. So starting with the golf ball, just roll it underneath your foot. Nice and easy. It doesn't need to be painful. Of course, if you have a lot of foot pain, it's probably going to be tender. And when you find those tender spots, you can stop and put just a little bit of pressure there. Not a lot, but just enough for you to feel it, and hold it for 10 to 15 seconds and then release it and roll it around again. Try to get up under your toes, between the toes, and in between each of the bones in the foot. If you find an area that feels kind of crunchy, take a little extra time there. Try to get the heel. Of course, you're going to lose your ball here and there, but like I said, if you feel the real tender areas, just stop and hold it. Do some pressure points. Don't make it painful, just make it a sensation. We don't want to cause more pain than we already have. Now, like I said, if it's going to be tender, that's one thing, but we're just working out the tension. Now, what this does is it helps release the fascia, the connective tissue under the foot, and of course, all those little muscles that are attaching to all the bones that are in the feet. And it's important to loosen up this connective tissue because it all attaches to the lower leg and the Achilles tendon. So all this comes down, all the fascia comes down under the foot. And so if you're dealing with plantar fasciitis, you want to make sure that you're also stretching and massaging the back of the leg really well. And we can get into that in just a second. So once you're done feeling like you've released some pressure points and some tenderness at the bottom of the foot, you grab your frozen water bottle and roll that under the bottom of the foot. Now, if you keep it moving, you don't have to have your sock on. But if you just hold it in one place, then have your sock on and have a layer between the ice. When it's continuously moving, you won't need the layer. But what this does is it also helps to release that connective tissue. It's giving you a bit of massage, and it's reducing the inflammation. So it's important to reduce the inflammation. Plantar fasciitis is in fact an inflammatory condition. Itis means inflammation, and we want to make sure that we're reducing that inflammation. And roll that under your foot for about 10 minutes every day. This is easy enough to do, both of these techniques, on a daily basis when you have your 15 minutes of downtime at some point during the day. When you're sitting at your desk, when you're eating dinner, when you're sitting down and watching your evening TV. Anytime that you have a little break, grab your water bottle, grab your golf ball, and go to town. Now, the last thing is if you have any stairs in your house, anywhere, then make sure that you're doing some stretching on the stairs. And of course, have your support. You want to make sure you're not falling down the steps. So one heel down, keep your front of your foot on the step, and let your heel fall off the back of the step, stretching the foot and the lower leg. And do that with both feet. Of course, you want to do this exercise with both feet to make it even. Even if one foot hurts worse than the other, we want to make sure that we're not dealing with any compensation patterns. You might even find more tender spots in the other foot, depending on what you're dealing with. So stretching both lower legs, both feet, and do this as often as you can. Walking up the stairs, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you work from home and you're always up and down the stairs, take 2 minutes and just stretch your heels off of the back of the step. This can be done several times a day. And lastly, this stretch, put your foot on the wall and press your body towards the wall so it stretches the foot, the fascia, and the lower leg. And switch. Prop your other foot up on the wall, your ball of your foot, and stretch the low leg really well. Get that calf stretched out and the connective tissue in the bottom of the foot. Well, I hope that helps your feet and your legs, and let me know what you think. Have a great day.